Hey, this is Antrix from MWM, and in this video, I'm going to show, introduce, and explain to you all of the main features of phase. The first thing you need to know before rushing into your phase session is how to power it on. Phase doesn't have to be plugged into your laptop to work. You can also use any power outlet. You just need to make sure that the power is 5 volt. You'll know that your phase receiver is correctly powered when the lightning icon on the back of the receiver is lit. When your phase is plugged into a laptop, the connect icon is lit too. That means that your phase is communicating with your laptop through the USB cable. Now that your phase is powered, you can see the remotes are automatically charging. You know that your remotes are charging when the LEDs on the remotes are filling upwards? To fully charge your remotes, we advise you to do so for 2 hours. Charging them more than 2 hours isn't necessary. You can use any power to charge the remotes, laptop, power outlet, etc. That doesn't change the charging process. When the LEDs stop flashing, that means the remotes are fully charged. Now that your remotes are charged, you must assure that they are properly linked to your phase receiver. The first time you unpack your phase, 2 remotes are automatically linked to the phase receiver. But it's important to understand how to link them if you are using more than 2 remotes, or if you're having any issues. So how does it work? To link your remotes to your phase receiver, put your remote on the dock and long press the setup button, A, of the phase receiver. The remote is linked to the phase receiver when its LEDs stop blinking. The color of the setup button and the remote should match. If the LED colors on the remote and the setup button match, that means it's properly connected and ready to use on that deck. When you take the remote out of the phase receiver, you notice that the setup button turns white, whereas your remote is still a different color. This behavior is actually correct. Each remote can be only linked to one deck at a time. So one phase receiver can only have 2 remotes linked at the same time. A remote is linked to a receiver as long as you don't link another remote, even if it shuts down. Now let's say you have 4 remotes and you want to disconnect one to pair another. When you link a new remote to your phase receiver, the current linked remote starts flashing and turns white. That means it's been disconnected. The white color on a remote LED always indicates that this remote isn't currently linked to a phase receiver. Now that you've ensured that the remotes are properly linked to your phase receiver, the last mandatory step before using your phase would be to calibrate your remotes. As the remotes are composed by very sensitive sensors, they will need a few seconds to calibrate in order to ensure the best performance possible. To do so, take the remotes out of the phase receiver and place them on your record, or any plane surface. Make sure the remotes are perfectly still until their LED is completely filled up. When the LED is completely filled up, it means that your remotes are properly calibrated and you're good to go. So now that your phase is well charged, the remotes are linked, calibrated, and ready to use, you can now prepare to enjoy your set. Before going live, while using your phase, you have the possibility to pause your phase by using the pause and play feature. This feature was designed to emulate the behavior of removing the needles from your record. To activate pause mode on one of your remotes, simply press the setup button, which is A or B on the phase receiver. When a remote is paused, its LED and the setup button on the receiver slightly flash. When both LEDs on the receiver and the remotes are flashing, not only does that mean your remote is paused, but also that the radio communication between the remote and the receiver is working well. Lastly, during a long set, the battery of your remotes can start to get low. In this case, you will notice that the LED of your remote is starting to flash red, and the LED dots on the receiver are flashing too. That's a warning sign. Your remotes need to be charged In this situation, if you have extra remote or the ultimate, you know what to do, right? For any questions or comments, please don't hesitate to contact us at support@mwm-store.com and visit our website at mwm-store.com.